Looking for a way to get healthy? The Chef You and I program has the answer. Kathryn Raker and chefs from around the nation will teach even the most inexperienced how to cook. Come into their kitchen and watch them take ordinary foods with loads of calories and fat and turn those foods into healthier dishes. You will be the first to get tips and ideas on foods that are easy to prepare. Now let's join Kathryn and today's chef and learn how to make today's recipes.
Hi, this is Kathryn Raker of the Chef You and I'm welcoming back the chef from the Philippines, Maria Dunaway, and she's going to be making what today?
I'll be making some summertime favorites because it's summertime here and over there in the Philippines as well. So we're going to make some stuff that we enjoy during summertime.
So the first thing that you're making is an appetizer, and what is that?
Well, this appetizer is also one of the most famous street food in the Philippines.
And that's what?
It's fish balls.
Now, you already bought the fish balls that are already made.
All made and cooked, pre-cooked, and frozen, ready to deep fry.
And we're going to deep fry them, and you're going to do that out on our porch.
Yeah.
And on a beautiful porch. And then, but first of all, you're going to be making the sauce that you're going to dip the fish balls in. Is that correct?
That's right, because it's not complete without the dipping sauce.
Okay, so the first thing that you're going to do, and I'm going to put out the ingredients, and you're going to do it.
Okay.
Right? Mm-hmm. So you've already pre-mixed all the dry ingredients, and they are actually the sugar, the cornstarch, the 1/8 teaspoon of ground pepper, and a 4th teaspoon of salt, but you have a 1/2 cup of sugar, and then you're going to add 1.5 cups of water, and also your 1 1.5 tablespoons of your soy sauce that you make up yourself.
Yeah, well, actually, I got that idea from online, but the dipping sauce comes in a variety of flavors.
Okay.
Like there's spicy, super spicy, salty, or sugary.
Right.
But we're going to be doing
Making
a little
your
bit
own dipping sauce.
Yeah, so guess what? I'm making everything on it except garlic.
Good, I'm glad you're not putting the garlic in because she knows I'm allergic to garlic, right? So that's the first thing we're making. And then we're making the main entree. And how do you pronounce this? Pansit?
Pansit.
Canton.
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 So it's that popular Philippine noodles again, but this time it's a different kind of noodle with vegetarian and seafood touch on it, because it's been 8 years since I started cooking with you, and the first time we ever cooked together was Christmas time.
Oh, I remember that.
And what was the first thing we cooked? Pansit.
We did that.
Yeah, but that was a different kind of noodle. It was more like a thin rice noodle.
Like a rice noodle. I remember that.
Yeah, and it's made with meat. This one is going to be meatless.
Yeah, because are you going vegetarian now? Is that what you
I've been
said?
vegetarian since 2017. So,
so
not vegan, vegetarian.
But,
That's
it's a difference, big difference. And a lot of times, we have a lot of vegetarians that watch our show, as well as vegans. We do everything now. There isn't anything we don't do, right? Yeah. So, and then for dessert, what are we going to have?
We're just going to make it simple because we'll be tired after making all this. So we're just going to make some avocado shake, my favorite dessert when I was growing up.
Oh,
just like the fish balls, I grew up craving for these all the time. They sell them on the street, and we enjoy it. It's fun. It's
really
fun and more fun because we could just buy it down here and just deep fry it.
Deep fry. And that's what we're going to do today, which I'm really excited. And I love these beautiful vegetables that we're putting in. And I do a lot of stir fry now. Because it's healthier for you and just a lot of fun to do, right?
Yeah, you could control the ingredients. You could control the
salt.
So
we're going to now assemble the sauce. So we want the camera person to come on over. We're going to show how we make the sauce. So let's go over to the stove and let's make the sauce. Okay. You've already pre-mixed. You've already done that, right?
Yeah.
So
make it all simple for you, all pre-measured and pre-mixed. But the first thing we're gonna do after we turn on the heat is put in the wet ingredients, the water and the soy sauce. Okay. And then once it starts
You have to move around so he can see what
simmering.
you're doing. Okay.
Just wait for it to simmer. Let's go ahead and add the soy sauce. So how much soy sauce we have to put in? It's one and a half
tablespoons of soy sauce.
Okay, I'm just gonna eyeball. I got a tablespoon here. All right. And again, this dipping sauce, I just got it off online, but you could vary it according to your taste. Like, you don't like soy sauce, you could put vinegar instead. You like it more salty, you like it more sugary, or do you want it thicker, Yeah, so just wait.
You're going to wait until it boils, correct?
Right. Yeah, while waiting, you could think of something else to add in. Or what could I add in there? Maybe we could add some shallots. Oh, we don't have shallots, so we'll just add regular onions.
You want regular onions?
Yeah,
want me to chop up some onions?
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you have any of those exotic peppers you have, like the one in Florida, I cannot even pronounce it, like those hot peppers.
You mean jalapeno peppers?
Yeah. No, the smaller one. They look like
the red, green, and I'm not sure if I have any.
Yeah, you could add whatever you want because it's just for dipping. You don't have to eat it. You're just gonna.
Mm-hmm. So do you want this really chopped up well? Correct.
Yeah, dice. Ideally.
Okay, that's what I'm doing. I'm going to move these fish balls over here, and then I'm going to dice these onions.
Yeah. It won't be long now. Then we have to add the dry ingredients and make sure you mix it very well so it won't stick to the bottom of the pan. Okay, I'm starting to add them now. Oh yeah, by the way, I was using this pink Himalayan salt just because it's pretty. But that soy sauce by itself, it's really salty. It's got
and there's a lot of people that have a sodium problem.
Right, and yeah, you have to really watch how much sodium you put in your diet. Like this soy sauce, like 1 tablespoon, that's 1 serving. It's got 720 milligrams of sodium.
That's a lot. Now, how much onion do you want in this?
That's good.
Is that good?
Yeah, a handful. Yeah.
I want to make sure that's really chopped up fine.
Yeah, that's good.
Is that good?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we love onions. So.
Hold on. So I'm going to hand this to you. Okay.
All right, the chopper. And then we just have to mix it with a spoon.
Here's a spoon.
Yeah.
Here you go.
It won't stick to the bottom. And just keep mixing it until it's cooked through. It doesn't have to be very thick. Just good enough. It does have some cornstarch, so that's the binding thing. And then once it's done, let it cool, and then you could pour it back into this little jar. And
we need to turn down the fire just a little bit because with the 360 pans, they don't need a lot of fire.
Oh, is that why it's called 360?
Yeah, these are 360, and I think that's the 1-quart pan. Keep going. Turn the opposite way. Okay.
Like low, maybe. Because it's already bubbling, see?
All right. Hold
low?
on. Yeah, you're fine.
Okay. Okay, and it's done. And just let it cool, and let's deep fry the fish balls.
Do you want me to put it into a container that you can pour? Or what would you like?
Yeah, it's better because it's really hot. Or you know what? Maybe we don't have to. We'll just let it sit and chill.
But you got to turn it off eventually.
Okay.
Here. So here we go. Here, let me do it. There you go. Then you could put it back on the back burner. Okay. And then put the top on it, and it'll keep it hot.
Oh yeah, this pan is really nice. All right, see, it's already sticking. Okay. All right.
All right, just put that on the top. Okay,
leave
that's
the spoon
good.
in there. Okay.
All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do we're going to take a short break, Maria, and we're going to do the fish balls outside. We're going to deep fry them. How about that?
Yeah, we got to cook it outside.
All right, we'll be right back after these important messages on The Chef You and I. We're back on The Chef You and I, and Maria is getting ready to deep fry the fish balls, and she's going to now demonstrate that for you.
Okay, we're doing this outside because you don't want your house to smell like oil and fish. So anyway, make sure that the oil is really hot because you want it to cook quickly. And we're using Kathryn's gadget here. So I'm putting all the fish balls here straight from the freezer. That's the best way to cook this. Okay, now we're putting it in. And as you can see, it's sizzling right now. So I'm going to close this one to make it cook faster. So it's really important not to do it all at once because you don't want them sticking together. And traditionally when we cook this, when they cook this on the street, they cook it in a wok, deep wok. And the customers just look over and they just wait for a few minutes, or maybe another customer would come in, and by the time 3 more customers come in, they're all ready to go. And then the customer themselves would go ahead and get their own sticks. I mean, they're encouraged to do it themselves and just pick them out as soon as they're done. And this is done because I couldn't even see inside now. It's all smoky. Should I turn it down a little bit? Okay. You gotta be very careful with this one. Okay, I'm gonna lift this. Ooh, smoky! All right. Oh, yeah. See? You can see it's more cooked because it's more opaque, not as white. And then when you poke that skewer in there, you could tell if it's cooked enough or not. Okay, and it's not. So we're gonna do it again. A few more minutes. Then you might want to get this pan ready with paper towel lined up so that you could just maybe just dunk them all here when they're done instead of poking it through. Save you time. Turn it up some more.
Are they actually get dark brown or light brown or what?
Should be light brown. But it doesn't have to be light brown. Sometimes you really just need to eyeball it because I'm not used to cooking it this way. I'm so used to cooking in an open wok outside, and I don't care if the neighbors could smell it because they're so far away anyway. But the last time I cooked this was just around last year when we had a 4th of July party.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I would never ever cook this inside a house. It will set off your alarm for some reason. Okay, that should be done. So anyway, if you don't make it perfect, that's all right. The most important thing is you don't want to have an accident. All right. And then once it's done, you could just throw it in here to absorb the extra oil. Wait for it to cool off. But just want to show you how we do it back home. Like as soon as it's done, we get the skewer out and then dip it in, and then you eat it straight from the skewer.
Like that?
Yeah. Or you could even double dip it, and there could be another jar with another kind of flavoring like vinegar, like this kind of vinegar. It's very spicy. So some people would like the sugar one. When I was a kid, I always go for the spicy one. Always like the spicy one. Okay. And they should be ready to eat.
All right.
Yeah.
That looks really exciting. So they don't have to be very dark brown. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, as long as they're cooked inside through and through.
And you can tell by...
Well, you could tell by poking through it. When you poke into the fish balls, what some people do, they get another spoon and make the stick go through. If there's any resistance, it's not cooked inside, because this is fish fillet. This is pollock, by the way. Pollock in fish paste. So there would be a resistance if it's not cooked. But if it's cooked through, it's gonna balloon out.
Okay.
So the crisper, the better. Like this one, look at that. Isn't that cute?
Yeah, that is cute.
Then some people, I think they charge you by the ball. So the more balls, like 5 cents, 5 cents.
Whatever.
And you poke it through. And then you dip it, and then you eat it.
Okay, we're going to let you eat it. Is it good?
Brings back childhood memories.
Okay. All right. So we're going to take a short break, and after this, we'll be right back on The Chef You and I with some more wonderful cooking from Marie Dunaway. We'll be right back. We're back on the Chef You and I, and now we're going to work on the entree. And Maria, what are we making now?
Pansit Canton with shrimp and veggies.
Okay, I want you to see the shrimp. They're actually very large shrimp.
Yeah.
They're not cooked.
They're not cooked yet, but they came fresh from the Asian market. Fresh, well, not really from Asian market today, but last month. But they stayed fresh, frozen in my freezer until today. I thawed it out.
Right.
You know, put a lot of lemons and spices already so it won't smell. But now it's all seasoned and ready to deep fry. No, not deep fry. Stir fry. We just want to fry it good enough to make it cook, because we're going to be cooking a lot of veggies, and this is the one that's the longest time to cook.
Okay.
So we're going to pre-cook it first.
Okay, so what we're going to do is which one do you want to use?
The shallower, the better. So,
Oops.
this would all fit in that. Okay, so we're going to, we don't need a lot of oil. We just want a little bit of oil so that the shrimp would be cooked through. And just want to let you know, you have to use oil. Don't use butter. Like my brother used butter one time when he came to our house. He thinks it was going to taste better, but what happened is the shell just stuck into the meat. So you don't want that. You want the shell to come off easily. So you're going to cook the oil till it's a little bit, ready to stir fry. And then for some people who like to cook with garlic, go ahead and use garlic powder. And that way you don't have to spend too much time cutting any more vegetables, because we're cutting a lot of vegetables today. So, is it ready? This is a nice pan.
I think this is a 360. This is our stir fry pan that we use on our show. They're one of our sponsors, and I stir fry all the time. And look at how beautifully clean it is.
Yeah.
They clean like you wouldn't believe.
Do you put it in dishwasher?
You can put it in the dishwasher, but we actually clean it by hand, and it comes out just looking like that.
Okay, so anything, right? I mean, it doesn't stick.
It doesn't stick.
Right.
You're going to love it.
Okay.
So do you want to use something like
We don't want
this?
to scratch it. Oh, yeah. That's my rubber spatula.
Okay, let's try it.
Ready to put it in. Okay.
It's ready.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and you don't have to cook the lemons. The lemons are just there for the fragrance.
How much do you want to put in there at one time?
Oh, you could dump them all. It's okay.
Okay, so let me turn it down a little.
Because we're gonna be tossing them around as you cook them to make sure everything turns orange. And we could lower it a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. You don't need to put the pan that high.
Right.
But they're already starting to get cooked. When they turn pink, that's when they're done.
Yeah.
And you know what? Actually, Maria, I've done a show where you don't even have to cook them. You put them in lemon and...
Oh, okay.
Do you know what I'm talking about? We've done a show like that.
Yeah, we've done that with fish.
Right. And it cooks it.
Oh, you do it with shrimp, you said?
Yeah, you can do it with shrimp.
So you cook it in a lot of vinegar to cook?
No, it's lemon.
Oh, the acidity of the lemon.
The acidic actually cooks it.
Okay.
So, but you got to turn this up a little.
Well, as long as the shrimp is fresh, I mean, it's safe,
Right.
I used to think I was allergic to shrimp when I was growing up. Because,
Really? Okay.
Because when, I think there's another one in there.
There is?
That's just shrimp head.
There it is.
Yes,
There it is.
See?
Okay.
So as you cook it through, you could see that the juice from the head, which is the brain,
Right.
would all just scatter into the sauce itself. So it's actually going to come out with some juice of its own.
Right.
It's going to be like a rich orange.
And you can see how they're
save
cooking,
that,
right?
Yeah. Yeah, I thought I was allergic to shrimp, but I think I just went to the wrong restaurant, I was puffy. I was in
That
high
happened
school.
to me.
I was in high school in the school bus, and I have a puffy lip, and I didn't go to the doctor. I just sat there quietly,
No,
until we became-
what could have happened is it happened to me in St. Martin's. We went out for lobster, and something touched maybe it was something that was cooked or whatever, it touched my lip, and I might have had a little cut in my lip, and it blew my lip not just my lip, but my sister's as well.
Oh, gee. So, well, anyway, that was just one experience, and I thought I could only
See,
cook shrimp
that's
at
actually,
home.
see, these are
Oh, that
cooking-
was quick. So we have to.
Yeah, I mean,
it's okay if you leave it there. We don't have to fish it out, or shrimp it out. Just wait for them to be all cooked.
all right.
We could cover it in a pan
I could, but
to make it cook faster.
yeah, we could.
And then what we're gonna do when we're done, we're gonna save the juice because that
Okay.
would be a good base for our pansit.
Yes. All right. So let me ask you. Now we're doing this, and then we're gonna do stir fry of the vegetables. Correct?
Yeah.
You want to tell them? You want to tell the different vegetables we're using today?
Okay, basically anything goes. Everything you want to put in pansit, you could put it in here. I'm vegetarian now, so I'm putting as much as I could. So if you have tofu, you could add that. But today we're going to add shiitake mushrooms. And you could use your regular hard-boiled eggs, but I got quail eggs. And I boiled them first, and then Terry and Jesse, they help peeling them off. So that's a good addition because
Right. Do you need another onion cut while we're waiting for those?
yeah, more onions is okay. More onions is okay.
All right.
We usually save the scallions for the decoration because it's got a nice green color, and we just want more color. So red peppers, green peppers, you could add carrots. You could even put those snow peas.
Okay, we could use those snow peas
if we have
already.
it, but that's okay.
We
And
have
then
snow
bok
peas.
choy, yeah.
Yeah, and bok
we could
choy.
add that. Yeah, we could add that.
And we have the Chinese cabbage as well, right?
Right, and I got the bok choy.
Okay.
So it really depends how many people are going to eat this. So this is very
Yeah.
popular in parties. But I do know the last time I went to the Philippines, no, not the last time, but one of the few times I went to the Philippines, it was a Good Friday. And we went to somebody's house, and I walked into this kitchen, and she was in the middle of cooking this. Because it's Good Friday. So instead of
Right.
chicken or pork, she was cooking it with shrimp.
Well, that's good. I mean, you could also use fish as well, or scallops. What about scallops?
Well, you could, but I'm not really into scallops. My husband is into scallops.
Yeah.
You could add lobster balls, or
You could use anything actually.
Yeah, because pansit. This is actually the noodles of the pansit. That's called pansit, but actually pansit. I just looked it up. It's got it's derived from a Hokkaido dialect or.
And how do now?
which
How
means
do
anything
you
goes.
How do you cook? Let's talk about how you're going to do the noodles.
Well,
Do
the
they go-
noodles.
Yeah.
This is so easy to make.
All right, so we need to look
So-
at this. It's done.
Okay, go ahead and turn it off.
Turn it
And
off.
We could just leave it there. Save us a
Okay, because
pan
we're
to wash. Just
well,
leave
we're-
it there until we're ready to
okay.
add it.
All right, so let's do that. You want to keep them covered?
Yeah, just keep it covered. And we could get this big 360 pan ready. This is going to be where we're going to cook everything. Okay, so we're going to add heat it up first, and then we're going to put more oil into it and ready to stir fry the veggies. Yeah, as far as the noodles go, you don't have to pre-cook it or soak it. It's made of flour, so it cooks easily.
Okay, so we're going to let that go. And as soon as that heats up, we're going to add.
We're gonna,
gonna-
instead of putting garlic, which is always the first thing, we're gonna do the onions right away. The white onions.
The white onions real.
Or shallots if you have those shallots that make you
But
cry.
unfortunately, I don't have any shallots. Actually, shallots are real hard to find right now.
Yeah,
believe it
they're
or
very
not.
pungent too, not just to taste, but when you cut them up, you always end up teary-eyed.
Okay.
So onions are onions. Okay. So
Okay.
yeah.
And
of
you
course,
want to put
them is-
scallions in there as well?
Yeah, we could put a few more scallions, and we could save this for garnish later on. So we could cut more scallions.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah, and then once the onions are a little bit cooked, like crystal clear, then we could add cook the either the carrots first or cook the mushrooms first
Okay.
because they're the toughest ones.
Okay.
Oh, especially these. These are from a bag. It's very convenient. You could buy everything all cut up and ready in the bag. It's got baby corn, snap peas, and red peppers.
That's right. Okay, so I think let's look and see what this is doing right here.
You could just add more oil if you want. I'm going to go in and cut the rest of the shiitake mushrooms.
Yeah,
or,
just cut
Or
the-
any kind of mushrooms you have.
I have other mushrooms as well.
Yeah.
So, I
This
mean,
will be your protein, more protein. Well, protein's in here too, but more
Right.
protein, more protein, more protein.
do you want more carrots to slice up, or do you think we have enough carrots here?
I think we have enough carrots.
I do
like
too.
there's just like 4 of us today. Or 5. I miscounted 5. There's 5 of us, so
Right.
this could go a long way. I brought
Right.
2 packages.
Okay. And you put that in the end? Is that what
Yes.
you do?
Yeah,
Okay.
they're just like they're easier to cook than pasta.
Right.
They're just like crispy noodles.
Okay.
My
so-
son likes to snack on this when I'm not looking. Like when I would go to my cabinet, like somebody already opened it. Looks like my son just snacked through
These
it.
are translucent now. When do you want to put the rest of this in?
Oh, now.
Okay.
Why don't you add the scallions since we have
Okay,
a
I'll
lot
do
of
that.
scallions to spare.
Okay, we have scallions.
So many veggies. The most important thing is when you cut your vegetable, make sure they're bite size.
Right.
Because some people still like to eat their noodles with fork instead of chopsticks.
Okay, so now what do you want to do? Are you done with the?
Let's
what
do let's do the mushrooms.
The
'cause,
mushrooms
yeah,
first?
they need to be very tender. It's also okay if they're not bite size. I mean, you could always cut it up when you're ready to eat it. We're not really big on mushrooms back home.
You aren't?
No, we're still, well, when I was growing up, we're really big on meat. You know, we have no restrictions when we were young. We could eat anything we want back then, but when you get older, you really have to watch your what you eat. And then I'm cutting the bok choy now. Bok choy is just like cabbage, you know. They take a while to cook, but once you cook them, they're gonna reduce in their size, like cook down, shall I say. I would never use spinach though.
You would never eat
No.
spinach? Why?
I mean, I would not use spinach on pansit, but I would use always cabbage or at least bok choy.
And I thought we had some cabbage. I thought we had.
Yeah, we could get more cabbage.
Yeah, let's take a little break here and let me get the cabbage
Oh,
out.
you got the Napa cabbage.
I've got the nap. We're going to take a short break right here, and we'll be right back on The Chef You and I with Maria and Kathryn doing Filipino cooking. We'll be right back. We are back on The Chef You and I with myself, Kathryn Raker, and Maria Dunaway, and we're actually doing things from the Philippines. And I want Maria to tell you what the quail eggs, where she got.
Oh, okay. I got this from the Asian store. They're not cooked. I guess you could buy them or they're cooked, but this one is not cooked yet. That's what they look like. And what we usually do, well, I never cooked this back home. Honestly, I've just cooked it for the first time last night. I boiled them in water for about 4 minutes, and that's how I got the hard-boiled eggs. And these are the ones that I talked about earlier when they're shelled, peeled, as perfect as we could. They're good with stir fry, soup, or as is. Just dip it in salt and you could snack on it.
The next thing we're going to do is we're going to put some more carrots in. I've already put some carrots and some corn and a few other things in.
Yeah.
So if actually the camera can come over here, you can see some of the things that we already have in here. And let's do this next and then put the other in. Mm-hmm. So let me put this in there.
Yeah.
And this cooks down to nothing.
Almost nothing.
Almost nothing.
Yeah.
Do you want to put the other stuff in there too? You might as well.
Yeah, we should put the carrots as well. Make sure they're cooked.
Okay.
I'm not really big on peeling carrots, but if somebody would peel it for me, I'll eat it.
Right. Okay. And so, whoops. So, a stir fry can have as many vegetables as you possibly want in there.
Yeah, and some people would add oyster sauce on it. But for us, we would just cook it in oil and add some spices such as salt, pepper, a little soy sauce, fish sauce.
Do you want to add any of that to it?
Yeah.
Let me just do this.
A little bit more sodium won't hurt, It's like, okay. Okay. Just to color it, actually. Yeah, might as well toss the bok choy as well.
Okay, put that in there.
Yep.
All right. And so you're just stir frying it until it actually doesn't have to be limp. You still want to be able to have a crunch at it.
Yeah. Well, with pancit though, it doesn't have to. It shouldn't be crunchy. It should be like soft.
Okay.
Yeah. With the noodles, a lot of people don't like the noodles.
When are you going to put the noodles in?
After the shrimp.
Okay.
But first we have to peel the shrimp.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
So I think
actually at this point some people would add their chicken broth or bone broth or veggie broth or
we have
shrimp
bone broth. Would you like some bone broth?
No, that's made out of
chicken.
Meat. That's made out of meat, right? Do you have veggie broth?
I have.
Because if you just add water to this, that would be the veggie broth. But sometimes if you want to go ahead and add, those packaged vegetable broth, you could do that too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I have any vegetable broth out there.
Or you could have shrimp broth.
Well, I don't. So here, let's add some water to it.
Right. So this shrimp, it's already cooked through. See how pretty they are? They're orange. And then you got a little bit of juice to it. You could save that juice and add it to that.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah.
And so this is kind of...
Is it cool enough to touch? Yeah, and then we could start peeling it away. And you know what some people do? This is very exotic. My cousin told me about it. What they do, they get these and they crush it. And then push it through a sieve, and then they get the juice out of it. Yeah.
So we're basically taking the heads off. Hold on.
Just dispose the heads. It's okay.
I think we need to have something to put the heads in.
Right. I mean, you don't have to save the heads if you don't want. It's just a good idea to get it more exotic. But if you don't have really a lot of time, you could just forget that part.
Oh, we can put them in here actually.
Yeah.
So you want to?
Some people actually they use this. They save this where the shrimp are defrosted and cook it and boil it. But that's okay. We don't have to do all that.
Okay.
We'll keep it simple.
We are keeping it.
Yeah, because life is already complicated, and I don't want
make
anymore.
it simple.
Yeah, I won't anymore.
This is fun doing this, really.
Yeah.
I used to do this in Florida all the time.
Yeah, except I do that too, except for one thing. I suck the heads, get the juice out. And then here's your chopstick for when we start stirring this up, because it's cooking right now. You don't want it to burn down there. You could actually... I'm
going to do something. I'm going to cool these off a little.
Right. We could turn the heat up a little bit so it would cook faster, but looks like it's just cooking at the bottom, really. The reason I'm using chopstick, because I don't want to mash the vegetables.
Okay, we'll take a short break and we'll be right back on The Chef You and I. We are back on The Chef You and I. And Maria, you're adding what type of noodles to both of the pans?
Pansit Canton. It's made of wheat.
Okay.
Yeah, wheat flour. Yeah.
Okay.
So you peeled all the shrimp.
Right.
And cook it through. Cook everything through. See how it all boils down?
Yes.
So we got lots of room for the noodles. And these are the crispy noodles. So I just lift them out like that. And just gently put it in. If you crush it a little bit, that's fine. And if you're like my son, you could snack on it when you get hungry.
Right.
Like this. It's good.
Yeah, that's good. All right.
Okay.
So
this is yours. Here.
Okay.
Put it on yours.
Thank you.
And then
Okay.
I've seen a lot of people don't use chopsticks at all, like they don't care. But actually, we don't like breaking the noodles. It's not because I'm superstitious, but
But what is it?
the longer the better. I mean, it's nicer.
Okay.
I mean, they use this at birthday parties to symbolize long life. But
Oh, really?
anyway, the main thing is just wait for it to get soft, just like pasta, just like spaghetti.
Okay.
And then we would all absorb the juice.
Right.
If it's getting dry, just add more water or add more broth.
I think I would be adding some more water to this, actually.
Right. And then if you ended up putting too much water on it, you could dump it out, you know. It's really like it's all just tossed together. That's why it's called pansit. Pansit.
What does pansit mean?
Well, it's derived from a Japanese term meaning all tossed together.
All tossed together.
Yeah, something like that. I just looked that up.
Right.
Like Hokkaido, from the island of Hokkaido. Okay. Yeah, Bill is also snacking on the noodles. So we're getting hungry here, but we're almost done. Other people, they also, instead of adding water, they add more soy sauce.
So you're not breaking the noodles up, you're just moving them around.
Yeah, I try to move them around.
Okay.
So actually, it's really okay to use a little spatula. Yeah. What you do, you get the spatula and then you toss the vegetable over it. Yeah. So if you have a shallow pan, you got more room to do
this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like we would usually put the veggies on the side and then put the noodles in. And then some people, they would just grab it like any pasta and spread it around by hand. So that's all okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't mind having crispy noodles, actually. I don't like overdone noodles. Yeah.
So it doesn't take, how long does it take for the noodles?
Not too long. You just need to maybe turn up the heat a little bit more so that the water would boil, and that would also steam it up.
Okay, and can you cover it?
Yeah. Just keep an eye out for it so that the noodles would absorb not just the juice but the flavor of all the veggies.
Do you want to use more soy sauce in here?
Yeah, we could.
All right. Where's the soy sauce?
Yeah. Oh, the soy sauce is over here. And actually, if you want, you could keep tasting it just so it won't get too salty.
Okay. All right.
But you could always put the soy sauce on the table in case somebody wants to have it saltier than ever. They want their pansit to be less pale. Yeah. And then some people, they would actually use the other noodles too, the rice noodles, the thin one, just to put more variety on it. But, you know, we already did that before, so we're just concentrating on this one.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. See, now it's boiling.
For a little while.
So it should be done very, very soon.
Right. So besides this, we're going to actually, besides this, you serve the duck eggs when?
Oh, when it's done.
Okay,
Like,
and then you add the duck eggs to it?
Yeah. Or you could just set it on the side, just in case somebody doesn't like it or somebody's vegan.
Yeah,
you could
just
get it ready and have it on the side. This is like the garnish, like the scallions. You could eat it raw.
So this one, see, I've got all the vegetables and everything.
Isn't that nice? Yeah.
Yeah, that looks really nice.
Right. Yeah. I would not really like to put the duck eggs there just because I want to keep the shape of it.
Yeah.
You know, it's more like a decoration, really.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you can get a picture of that, I think this one is...
Oh, you're doing better than I am. Look how colorful it is.
Right.
Yeah. And the shrimp. I think we gonna have a lot of leftovers tonight.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I think I'll bring it to work tomorrow.
That's a good idea.
It's like every night, it's like food night over there. I could bring
really? Because you work at night. Right?
Yeah, and they always have food in the break room.
Yeah.
My coworker loves to cook, and
that's right. So we're going to take a short little break, and we'll be back, and everything will be out on the platter so that you can see what the main entree is, and then we'll be making the actually the avocado
avocado shake or
avocado
avocado milkshake.
Avocado milkshake.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
So let's do that. We'll be right back after these important messages on The Chef You and I. We'll be right back. We're back on The Chef You and I with Maria. And Maria, we're doing the next thing is what?
The avocado shake.
And so what we did was I cut this, and I'm going to take this out.
Yeah.
And put this into the
and it's a lot better. I mean, I don't know this gadget of yours, but with my blender, I have to put the liquid first. That way it would not, the
it's going to be fine.
yeah, because your blade is not at the bottom. I see.
I'm going to put the blade and I'm going to flip it.
Oh, I see. So the blender has...
Yeah, right. So how much milk?
It's better than... I would say halfway. That way you have room for the ice.
Okay.
And then if you got a sweet tooth like me, I would use condensed milk. If you want to watch your sugar, you could put your choice of sugar substitute.
Okay. So I'm going to put the rest of this avocado in here. I've got to move this out of the way so that the camera can see what we're doing.
Yeah.
But I cut...
You cut your avocado different.
I did. I didn't have to
Crosswise.
peel it or anything.
No, I mean you do it crosswise.
Yes.
I
And
mean
it makes
do,
it easier.
Oh, really?
Actually,
I mean the
look how
seed-
simple that was.
Yeah, the seed comes out easy.
Yes, it does.
I mean, you got a good avocado. You just bought it today.
Yeah, but watch. There we go. And
Is it a special knife?
yes, it's a knife that we've had for a long time. They're acrylic knives.
Yeah.
So, am I doing 2 or 1 at a time?
2 is good. I would only make 1, but 2 is fine.
Go ahead. I'm going
More avocado, less milk, less carbs. Okay, because
to. Okay.
yeah, avocado is getting popular now.
Makes it easier to do.
And then this almond milk is not sweetened, so I would definitely put a little bit of condensed milk on it to make it taste sweet. And then this milk is actually cold, so it's up to you if you want to put ice on it.
Yeah, I'm going to put a little ice on it.
Okay.
That should be enough.
Yeah, this is really good for 2 people. Like whenever my son and I work out, we always have a smoothie at the end of the day. And, oh yeah, by the way, before you get that started.
We need to get a couple glasses out so that we
Yeah.
can put them in there.
Right.
So,
And
let's
you know
do
what?
this first.
Right. And you know what I also add before I blend it? I would add this wheat germ. It gives me extra energy because it's got vitamin E. I don't know. Do you want to try it?
Right.
Or we could just mix it in when we're done.
Yeah, when you're done with it.
So you'd never try this.
Right.
Okay.
I'm gonna make
Yeah, my fitness instructor told me to start adding this to everything I eat
right.
for extra vitamin E.
All right, we're back now. We're making the shake. I don't know. Let's try it one more time. I think we're good. All right. Hold on. I'm going to take this over here for a minute. Okay, it's really thick. Okay, there you
I
go.
think you could suck it really with a straw. Well, it's not so thick, but that would make it a smoothie, not a shake, right? So,
Right,
but
that's
then we're making a shake because it's Filipino. We're not.
Right.
Anyway, it is a smoothie now, but we could make it into shake by adding more ice as well.
Yeah, we could have.
Yeah.
But looks really pretty.
Isn't it pretty?
Yeah,
you could
it
even
is.
garnish it with some cream
Yeah, you could.
or a fancy
Hold on a minute.
decoration.
Let's just wipe this off. Okay. All right. And so now we have our whole dinner, right?
It's dessert.
This is dessert, and we
You
could
drink.
That's right. And we could do something really wonderful, healthy food for your family. So, and all of our recipes will be up on our website, The Chef You and I. And you'll have to go up to The Chef You and I. But also, we're all over the world now with our television show. And she wants to put some wheat germs on hers. That's fine. Thank you. So anyhow, we want you to try all of these different things, and we have to say goodbye now because we've run out of time.
Oh, good.
So, good?
That means we made it.
Yeah, we made it. Okay. So, bon appetit to all of you out there. And thank you for joining us on The Chef You and I. And thank you. I want to thank Maria Dunaway for coming and giving us these wonderful recipes. But I also want to thank our sponsors, especially the 360 Pans or Americraft. And thank you so much for joining us today on The Chef You and I.
Thanks for joining us on the Chef You and I show today. We'll be back next week with another great and healthy recipe. Don't forget to visit our website, thechefyouandi.com, for all of our featured recipes, cooking tips, and clips of the show.